Welcome to Sunday School. I hope you're all comfortable. I hope you're in your pajamas with a big bowl of cereal, perhaps Trix or corn kicks or frosted flakes, something with a lot of sugar in it. Anyway, good morning and welcome to the last Sunday school of the month. I think it's still the month. Uh, anyway, I won't take up too much of your time today, and I've discussed this subject before, like over 2 years ago. I sort of mentioned it, and it concerns the tarot. Okay, I've been thinking a lot about the tarot lately because I'm a tarot guy, and my new book is that will be out in May. The Tarot Architect has sort of gotten my head swimming with tarot related things, which is a good thing. Because tarot is, at least for me, more than just a divinatory tool, or, taking it lightly, a divinatory toy. It is sort of the flashcards, the physical manifestation of basic Kabbalistic principles, and of course the part of the advantage of being obsessed with Kabbalistic things is that it makes you go crazy in a sort of socially acceptable way concerning very universal things, going Kabbalistic crazy, unless, of course, it lands you in jail or or in an institution of some kind, because chain reactions of thoughts can sometimes be misunderstood as terrible mental problems. Nevertheless, the universe has a structure that Kabbalah helps you try to get in tune with, in the same way that mathematics gets you in tune with the structure of the cosmos. But anyway, a classic tarot deck's got 78 cards, and it's got 22 of those cards correspond, or can be seen to correspond, with the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, which, according to Kabbalistic tradition, more or less is the fingerprint of God, or the singularity, or of creation as we understand it. And then there are 56 other cards that are representative of what in Kabbalah would be called the Yod He Vav He formula, that sort of views totality as divided into four major sections. And we can see that manifest as fire, water, air, and earth. And we can see that displayed spatially as north, south, east, and west, okay, joined by up and down, and all of that. And then there's 10 small cards, or seemingly small cards, the ace and the 2 through 10s. And Put those under a microscope and you see that there's four of them and there's four trees of life. Well, anyway, it's much easier to just get out tarot cards, lay them on the floor, and say, ah, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. And we usually think that the 22 trumps and the 56 other cards are kind of two separate views of reality, two separate two two separate ways of looking at the same thing. Okay. And so we're very happy with our 78 card tarot deck. Okay. And in a tarot reading, the trumps can just generally mean big cosmic forces that are sort of like destiny cards, and then the smaller cards are, or the court cards, might be like people or personalities or great elemental kind of quality subdivisions. And then the small cards are just little shit that you can that little ways that you can actually have control of things. Like if your tarot reading has just a majority of trumps, if your question concerns, something that is happening in your life or something that you need to do or need to decide, if you get all trumps, the general wisdom is that, okay, you're at a big, big moment, okay, where you're on a big karmic wave, okay. There's universal, huge things that are that you're involved with that sort of have a big tidal wave life of its own, and there's only so much you can do to paddle your way this way or that way within that wave, okay? But when there's not a lot of trumps, okay, in a tarot reading, that means, hey, there is lots of little shit that you can do, your behavior or your decisions, that really will have a big effect. In other words, there's times in your life where the big karmic forces around you are just such that, okay, you're on the Titanic and the Titanic will go down. Okay. You can decide, whether you want to jump into this lifeboat or that lifeboat, but the Titanic is going to go down. So everybody on the Titanic must have had all trumps that day. Okay. But what I want to talk about today in my Sunday school ramblings is that each of those small cards in the tarot, each of those 56 small cards, the 16 court cards and the 36 small cards, have an entire set of trumps of their own. So, in other words, you don't have a 78 card deck of tarot cards. You've got a 1,232 deck tarot card, because behind each of these trump cards is an entire lesser arcana that it colors. Okay, here's a tarot deck with 1,232 cards. Imagine, if you will, that the supreme consciousness of the cosmos, the ultimate spiritual cosmological reality, could take the form of a precious stone prism, whose surface was cut with 22 uniquely shaped facets. Because each facet is different, it bends the infinite light in an entirely distinctive manner. And when we gaze into the stone, we behold a complete, yet completely unique image of the whole. 22 totally unique interpretations of the single supreme consciousness. Now, Constance always says that every tarot card, literally every tarot card, is everything considered from a different angle. It's everything considered from a different angle. Now, I don't know if this is actually the case, but I've been made to understand that you can have some kind of a glass image of something. Okay, a glass image of kumquat. Okay, you got the image of a kumquat, and it's placed on a holographic plate. And then that plate gets broken, gets shattered. But each shard, each broken shard, contains the complete image of the kumquat from a different angle. That's the tarot. We're only talking about one thing. Ultimately, any discussion, we're only talking about one thing, but that's, in tarot, it's even more obvious. Such is the profound nature of the tarot trumps, each a self-contained world all its own. 1/22nd facet of the totality of the mind of God. Armed with this understanding, we could make a compelling argument that each tarot trump can be assigned an entire set of minor arcana of its own. 56 elemental variations for each of the 22 major trump themes, elegantly complex and intimately connected drama comedies written, directed, and acted out by each of the 22 trumps. Instead of a deck of 78 cards, 22 trumps of the major arcana and 56 cards of the minor, we are working with a deck of 1,232 cards, 22 times 56. This idea is hardly new. Indeed, Aleister Crowley provided an obvious illustration in his classic, The Book of Thoth. Okay, I've got my Sunday school visuals here. I should have a felt board like we did in Sunday school. You had Noah and his family and the ark all on a felt board that sticks to it, and have the ark and all the animals climbing up in the thing, and then afterwards, after they landed, Noah got drunk and fell from grace, and then they'd knock him off. I don't recall that actually being part of the Sunday school lesson. But I digress. This is Crowley talking. For example, the three of discs, okay, belonging to the, say, high priestess. So this is the high priestess's three of discs, okay. Or even The lovers. Okay, oh, this is what I want to do. High priestess or the lovers. Let's see here. That might represent the establishment of an oracle, like Delphi. The three of discs belonging to justice. Oh no, well, that can be justice sometimes too. Yeah. Okay, belonging to justice might be the first formula of a code such as Manu gave to Hindustan or Hammurabi. I threw Hammurabi in there. The Hierophant's three of discs might point to the construction of a cathedral. The Tower's three of discs perhaps indicating the massing of a standing army. The great point is that all the elemental forces, however sublime, powerful, and intelligent, are blind forces and no more. Okay. The ideas that such pairings evoke can be an infinite source of meditation and an invaluable exercise for anyone wishing to use the cards for divination. Okay, that's Crowley's work there from the book of how or if all of this could apply to your tarot reading practice is entirely up to you. For example, in a simple 3-card spread, the presence of one or more trumps could more clearly define the true focus of your client's motives or concerns. Yeah. A trump paired with certain court cards could make a dramatically significant difference in how they are to judge the actions or behavior of other people involved in the issue or issues concerned. If you're really adventurous, you might even consider experimenting with a new 2-part procedure, such as something like this. Divide your deck into 2 decks, trumps and minor arcana. Shuffle each separately. And choose one card from the trump deck to establish the major theme of the issue. Then choose the following cards from the major arcana deck to learn the details and specifics. And those can be a spread of your choice, okay? But all of them colored, and in a sense, the major theme is set by the trump card that you draw first. Anyway, it's something to think about, and if you aren't completely intimidated by the idea of reading with a 1,232 card tarot deck, you might actually find it a more natural and easier than you think. It might even become one of the handiest tools you have in your tarot reading toolbox. Okay. So that's my scattered Sunday school talk for today. And believe it or not, I have to get myself hunkered down with my computer to write more about tarot cards all day. So anyway, I had the privilege yesterday, well, technically yesterday, of speaking to my friends in Europe at the European gathering, and it's something that I attended in person years ago when the first one was held out in the woods and beautiful. Well, it was a luxurious place out in the woods north of Oslo, Norway. Had a wonderful time, and I really wanted to go this year because it was in Macedonia, but I appeared virtually, and it was so neat. They had it set up so I could see the entire audience as I was speaking, and it was so much fun. And I saw Jacob and all uh, old old friends, and I really do miss traveling and visiting in Europe. But anyway, uh, I hope those days aren't completely behind me. Well, anyway, that's it for today. It's Sunday school's dismissed. It's still nice out there. Go dig up some worms and go fishing. And we'll see you tomorrow for the order of Monday morning. Until then, continue to be good to yourself. I mean it. I forget it all the time. Constance I'm thinking of being good to myself all the time, but I forget to be good to myself sometimes. And be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will.